Good morning and welcome to Year 3 Maths Lesson 8. Our objective today is to find fractions of objects. Let's have a go at some recap questions. What time does the clock say? Questions 1 and 2 are on the fractions that we've been covering. You may have to think back to answer questions 3 and 4. The time is 5:40 or 20 to 6. Number 1, the answer was 3/5. Number 2, the answer is either 11/10 or 1 whole and 1/10. The perimeter can be found by timesing 5 by 4 sides, 20 centimetres. And number 4, the answer was £3.60. Now, in previous lessons, we've been finding fractions of objects, but we've been finding unit fractions of objects. In this lesson, we're going to find non-unit fractions of objects. So here, Tommy gives 2/3 of the gummy bears to Eva. How many gummy bears does Eva get? We're going to use counters to represent the gummy bears. I've split the counters into 3 equal groups. In one group, there are 5 counters, but Tommy gives 2/3, 2 groups, to Eva. 2 groups are 10 counters, so Eva will receive 10 gummy bears. So how can we show this in a calculation? Well, we can write 2/3 of 15 equals 10. But what did we do? We took 15 and we divided it by 3, which gave us 5. But that was only one group. We wanted 2 groups. So 5 times 2 equals 10. Now pause the video while you have a go at this question. Tommy gives 3/5 of the gummy bears to Ron. How many gummy bears does Ron get? So let's use counters to represent the gummy bears again. This time I'm not looking at the rows, I'm looking at the columns. I have 5 equal columns. How many does Tommy give if he gives 3 of those columns? Did you get the right answer of 9? Well done. We can see that 3/5 of 15 equals 9. But what we did was we took the 15 gummy bears and we divided them into 5 columns, and in one of the columns there were 3 counters. But we wanted 3 of the columns. So 3 times 3 equals 9. So let's use a bar model to work out 3/4 of 20. The bar model on the left is worth 20. It has been divided into 4 equal parts because the denominator is 4. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Each part represents 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 3/4 of 20 equals 15. Pause the video here and have a go at these 2 questions. Remember to use a bar model to represent your calculation. So how did you get on? 3/5 of 20 equals 12. The bar model was split into 5 equal parts, and we wanted 3 of those parts. 4 times 3 equals 12. 3/10 of 20 equals 6. The bar model was split into 10 equal parts. A part was worth 2. 2 times 3 equals 6. Now pause the video and have a go at the next 3 questions, and then we'll check your answers. Now here are the answers. Pause the video while you check and correct any mistakes. For number 3, how did you know the answer? Well, 6/6 equals the whole, so it was 18. So here we have the question that there are 48 children in a year group and 3/4 of them are boys. How many boys are there? Well, let's use place value counters and a bar model. We have a bar which represents 48. Because the denominator is 4, we need to split the bar into 4 equal parts. It's 48 divided by 4. Now we have divided the place value counters between the 4 equal boxes. We can see that one of the boxes is worth 12, but we wanted 3/4. So 12 times 3 equals 36. Therefore, 3/4 of 48 equals 36. There are 48 children in a year group and 2/3 of them are boys. How many boys are there? I have 48 represented in place value counters and my bar model is split into 3 equal parts. Can you see if we're going to have some problems sharing out the tens counters? Did you spot that you had to exchange one of the 10 counters for 10 ones? Then you could share them out. We can see that 48 divided by 3 equals 16, but we want 2/3. So 16 times 2 is 32. 2/3 of 48 equals 32. There were 32 boys in the year group. So let's have a closer look at this question. 2/3 of 48 equals 32. 48 is the total. The denominator is 3, so we divide 48 by 3, which equals 16. The numerator is 2, so we multiply the answer 16 by 2 to get 32. Therefore, 2/3 of 48 are 32. So let's have a look at this question. What's different about this one? Well, we can see that 3/4 of something is equal to 21. So we have a bar model which is split into 4 equal parts. The total is the question mark. We need to work that out. I have 21 in place value counters, but how can I share it out? That's right, we exchanged the 2 10 value counters into ones, and we distributed the ones value counters into 3 of the 4 boxes. This gave us a total of 7. Now the bar model must be equal. Each of the 4 parts must have 7. We multiply the 7 by 4, and this gives us a total of 28. So 3/4 of 28 equals 21. So now pause the video as you work through the questions 4 and 5. Again, pause the video to work out the answers to questions 6 and 7. Here are the answers. Please check and do any corrections. Fantastic job today. Please email me your work and I will give you dojos. And remember, stay at home and stay safe.